Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a special episode of a Kayfabe Soup type podcast. I am your host, Ground Reducer Jr., and today I will be joined by the Geek Goddess, Habes, and Jobberella. Um, this is going to be a whenever we feel like type deal. It's not going to be an every week thing like the official Kayfabe Soup podcast is. It's just kind of like when we feel there's certain topics that we want to talk about and we would like to address them. But anyways, yeah, joined by the three I previously mentioned. Would you guys like to say hi?
Okay, so I'm going to say hi first. This is admin, formerly known as Miss Wrestling 1 or MW1, currently known as Jobberella. So glad to be here.
Geek
And
Goddess?
this is the Geek Goddess. Not really around much, just my occasional Women's Wrestling Wednesday posts. But I am excited to try this out.
All right. And then we have former Kayfabe Soup Women's Champion, Habes, who's not going to give us anything. All right, cool. That's perfect.
I think he's having some technical difficulties at the time.
Is he?
That's what it looks like. He asked if we could hear him. Oh, there he is.
Oh, hey, everybody. Habes is here. My mic is working. I'm sorry about that. But I'm here.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. Okay. So what we're gonna be talking about is just pretty much things that's been going on in wrestling that has to do with women. First topic is gonna be obviously WrestleMania. Um, let's start off with the women's battle royal that happened on the pre-show. How did you guys feel about the match?
So it came off a little sloppy to me. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Okay, so I popped like crazy when I thought Sarah Logan won, but then
Right?
she didn't.
Boo.
Don't you have a crush on Sarah Logan?
Who?
Habes. Or did I get that wrong? Is that someone else?
Well, I do. I
Who
think she's
doesn't?
amazing.
Yeah, who doesn't?
I was excited when I thought that she won too, but I thought it would have been really good for them. But I was because I have a female crush on Carmella to see her get the same battle royale storyline as she did back in NXT.
Could you elaborate on that? Because I don't remember that at all.
So in NXT they had a women's battle royale, and then they seemingly had Eva Marie win, which gave her some nuclear heat. But at the last moment, they had Carmella roll out from underneath the ring to throw her out and win, which is essentially the same setup that they had on the grandest stage of them all. So it was a little disappointing to see the exact same setup, especially when it was someone that we wanted to win.
Yeah.
Look at Double G with all the facts here. Like, she's a way better admin than any of us ever pretend to be. Holy shit.
That's Jobberella.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
Gosh,
That's Jobberella, yeah, dude.
Wow.
That's what happens when I
Oh.
put my kids to bed while we're in our pre-chat. My bad.
No, yeah. The one thing I only remember about this is Lacey Evans not showing up.
Didn't she randomly just show up in the middle of the show just to like walk out?
Yeah, I think so.
She did. There was a really awkward moment where they just played her music. She came out and kind of danced a little, and then she went to the back, and that was her only WrestleMania moment that I can remember.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I just remember the podcast before WrestleMania. We were talking, and PBR brought up the fact that they're gonna use it to elevate somebody wrestling wise, and he's like Lacey Evans. It makes a perfect sense, and I'm like, it does make perfect sense. So I chose her as the winner for the and then Homegirl never popped out, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Bad choice, bro.
Yeah.
Very bad, yeah.
It would have been nice to see
Military.
somebody else get a push or get that spot than Carmella, because she's had, several opportunities like that. Sarah Logan would have been awesome. Ember Moon would have been awesome.
Ember Moon is bad.
No.
I am not a big Ember Moon fan.
Oh, I
Neither
love
am
her.
I'm not with it. I've tried really hard to get on board with her, but I can't do it. I'm sorry.
All
She
right.
bugs me.
Not a fan.
I agree with you though. I don't think that Carmella needed this. I think she had a really big year. And I think that we maybe need a break from her, not a dance break, just a regular break.
Longer than 7 seconds, yeah.
Yeah, longer than 7 seconds. I don't think she needed it. She's doing well on her own. It would have been great for Sarah Logan. I honestly think it would have been great for literally anyone but Carmella. Carmella doesn't need it at this point.
Yeah. I mean, Carmella even converted me because I straight up hated her after I know, but the incident with the Money in the Bank and once they put her with James,
Oh no, I
Ellsworth?
loved
whatever.
that.
Yes, Ellsworth. No, I couldn't stand him. He's so and then the Money in the
That was
Bank
the
match.
point.
Oh, I know, but I hated it so much.
Oh, I love
But
it.
now
So that means they were doing their job though. So that's at least
They were,
good.
yes. So, I mean, after that ended, like, I've started to come around to Carmella now, and I was actually pretty excited to see her live. So,
I have been on board with her since what was that show that they did? That little like reality show that they did on NXT. Breaking groundbreaking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. She's been my number one since then, and so anytime there's negative Carmella feedback, I'm just not on board.
Which is me. Since
Which is you,
NXT.
which is literally any admin, unless we're talking about her physical appearance.
Hey, no, you know what, Jobberella? I was on Team Carmella too since way back.
And that's why Habes is my number one.
What do you
I
guys think
guess.
about, since we're talking about way back NXT? What about some Baymella? What do you think them as a tag team going forward, or in the future?
I think that Carmella has done so much work to be obnoxious and heelish that it wouldn't go over well.
Yeah.
Dude, she's been a babyface for months.
She's really not a babyface though.
She is.
She's a babyface in the sense of like she's happy and friendly or whatever. But what I'm saying is like in her best ring work or character work, she does well when she's obnoxious and she's making the crowd dislike her.
Oh,
The only reason
You know what?
she is what? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I bet you she could be better at being Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks.
Are you two starting?
Let's not even go there, boys.
Are you two
Yeah,
starting
that's later.
already?
That's halfway down the list. I can wait.
Yeah, that's halfway down the list. Let's wait to get into that giant argument.
Okay. Since we moved on from the women's battle royal, next.
Wait.
What?
On the women's battle royale, can we just talk about the uterus trophy really quickly?
Go for it.
Not a fan.
We need to get a different trophy. Like there was no reason that I needed my uterus to be a trophy. Like why am I excited about that at all? You might as well have given me the butterfly belt.
Right.
It's the same thing.
It is. I mean, at least this one's not like pink and purple, but still, like, yeah.
It could have been.
It could have been.
Red ribbons.
You could tell Vince what you want. It could be a freaking pair of double D's.
It's exactly what
yeah.
I am essentially getting. But okay, we can move on. I just needed to spew out
Double
some
D's
hate on
or
that.
double G's? Double
Oh my
G's.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay, so moving on. The next match that women had on WrestleMania was the tag title match, which was the Iconics versus the Boston Hug Connection, Nia Jax and Tamina, and Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
Are we going to talk about Bailey's flaccid entrance?
Well, we brought that up on the podcast of how the inflatable buddies that she has could have used that blue chew going on.
Yeah. You guys are ridiculous.
I think I kind of hope if like they turn her soon, if she goes to the bad side, like she just decides to like cut those things up and not use them anymore.
That would be great, but that hurt my heart as you said it.
Could she take some shears and be strutting and cutting, just
Oh
like
my
Brother Brutus?
Yes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And then they need to immediately pan to the crowd to see all of the children's heartbroken faces.
You know what? She's the only one that I won't buy her merchandise because I cannot get behind wearing a shirt that says I'm a hugger. It's just real
Yeah.
creepy as an
It
adult.
is.
I think as a female, that's gonna be like, I kind of feel like that could give the guy the wrong signal to just
Right?
come up
Please
and hug
come
you.
and unnecessarily
Yeah.
Yeah,
hurt my body weight in that
exactly.
stage.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's enough of that without a shirt to tell guys to do that. So
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Wait,
so
were you saying something?
Can we talk about t-shirts for a second? First off, we got Kayfabe Soup t-shirts at Pro Wrestling Tees. Good
Yes.
t-shirts. But anyway, my favorite Bailey t-shirt is not even a WWE shirt. It's like a Hug Club t-shirt, like Bullet Club ripoff.
Oh, I love
That's a cool t-shirt. I'd buy those.
yeah. Okay, so
no longer is gonna go to Sasha Banks, so I can.
so with this match, there's a couple topics we could talk about. The first one is the Iconics winning the titles. How do you feel about them?
I loved it.
yeah.
I really did. Go ahead.
Oh, they're just, I mean, they're really the only real tag team. Because, I mean, the Boston Hug Connection, which, by the way, I hate that name, they still feel to me like they're singles wrestlers mashed together. The Iconics feel like a team.
Yeah, they're the only ones that had in-ring chemistry. The reason that I loved it is because I absolutely did not see that coming. Like, out of everyone in that ring, that was the last thing I saw coming.
I called that.
Did you? I was just
Yeah.
But also, I hadn't been up to date with programming at that point. But also, my only thing that I maybe had like a small distaste for is I didn't want them to go over clean. I wanted it to be dirty. I wanted them to be super heelish, and it just was real clean. But other than that, I really loved it.
Well, did they hit them with their finish, or did they steal it
No,
from a glam slam? Wasn't it like an avalanche glam slam, and they stole the pin?
Beth Phoenix went up on the ropes, and then she tagged herself in, and then
Yeah, that was it,
then-
exactly.
yeah. I mean, maybe it's just not as dirty as I wanted it to be.
It
I
looked
don't-
pretty dirty.
Yeah.
I don't think it was that bad. I think it was literally like, oh, let me toss you by the hair. We've seen worse.
Okay, next.
Oh,
go ahead.
Hold on. Can we
No,
talk
go ahead.
about the Glamazon for a second? Is
Yeah.
Go for it.
She's like taken toured, right? I think she worked the house show loop, not the one that Double G went to, but I think the Raw loop maybe. I think I saw that on the internet. What do we think about her? You think they'll give her a singles run or challenge Becky Two Belts or anything like that?
I hope not.
More Natty and Glamazon.
Yeah, I feel like as long as they keep her with Natalia, they should be fine.
It's good to have her with Natalia. If you're gonna have Natalia there for so long, like do something with her. Stop making her train people that you're gonna put over, and then just have her sit on the sidelines. That's the only thing I like about their pairing, but I don't know that I'm necessarily excited about the Glamazon being back. But I think it's because I'm so annoyed with Mickie James at this point that anybody returning is just bothersome to me.
Wait. What's wrong with Mickie James?
She just bugs me. They're not doing great. I didn't like the Monday Night MILF thing as much as I know you did, Habes. I don't feel like she's necessary at this point.
The Monday Night MILF was not a real thing. That was just like a tweet, a random.
I know that it was not a real thing. I know it was a tweet. I know that you loved that, but it was to get herself attention.
Well,
Which
somebody
was
has to do it.
effective. Yeah, someone's got to do it.
Yeah, I feel like Mickie James was okay with Alexa Bliss when they were together, but now she just seems lost and awkward.
Yeah, they're not doing much with her, but they don't really seem to be doing much with anyone, so.
Yeah. The same, like, 3 people, but that's WWE, so.
Yeah. Paige was kind of killing me on guest commentating during this particular match because she doesn't have a character since she's not doing anything active. Well, now she is, but before that, she was not doing anything character-wise. So she was kind of killing kayfabe when she was talking about Naya being her best friend and she loves her so much, while Naya's trying to enter the ring looking intimidating. So it was just kind of a buzz kill there for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. Where are we at? So, the second little thing we could talk about is the reaction of Sasha losing the titles. So, pretty much what happened was, well, they lost, right? Bailey and Sasha apparently did not find out they were losing the titles until that day. Everybody in writing, the higher ups knew that they were going to lose it. The only thing that was not known was that Bailey was going to SmackDown, which happened 2 weeks later. But yeah, so Sasha, she went online and I think she asked for her release first. She tried to pull a revival move, and from what rumors have said is they kind of sent her home and told her to relax, like you'll be fine, to take a little break, and she hasn't been on since. So
Is anyone watching Raw right now?
no, because
No,
we're
yeah.
doing this.
Because we're wrestling fans.
No, because we're doing
Nice
this,
job,
and
right?
Mine doesn't come on for another 2 hours.
What? Oh yeah, you got that avocado time.
Avocado time, and also my internet provider.
doesn't give you East Coast time.
It does not. I'm running strictly on avocado over here.
Mine does.
Oh, excuse me, princess. Anyways.
See, I just wait and then I just PBR reports it, so
that's right.
Right?
That should be
Yeah.
much
it saves me 3 hours.
Gives you the Reader's
Exactly.
Digest.
Yep. Cut out the filler.
So we're talking about Sasha. I mean, I understand her frustration. However, she's gotten a lot of push just because who she is. They can't push her all the time. Her and Charlotte, didn't they go back and forth with the title for like the longest time?
Yeah.
Like a 4 or 5-time champ.
Yeah, you've done a lot in just a year. So I get that she wanted to bring, a sense of legitimacy to the tag titles, but you cannot do everything. You have to give it to other people. I don't think the Iconics are the ones to give legitimacy to the title, but I don't think Sasha and Bailey are either, because like Gigi said, they don't look like they're a tag team. They really just look like they're singles competitors who are working their hardest to make it cohesive, and it's just not working. They're better when they are feuding than they are as a unit.
Yes.
Yeah, up until this previous week, I didn't really see any of the other teams as credible holder for the tag titles, including Sasha and Bailey, until Paige came out with
Kari
I'm
Sane.
totally blanking. Kari Sane, thank you.
Yes,
I got Asuka. I could not remember Kari's name, but yeah, when she came out with those two, I'm like, those are the girls that could carry these titles.
Right? I was
Yes.
living for that moment.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
it makes me think that the Iconics are just a transition champion till Money in the Bank or not Backlash. Apparently, that's not happening.
Well, I did read somewhere the other day that it's rumored that Sasha's going to get the Money in the Bank suitcase to kind of keep her happy.
Yeah, I also said
That's
that
boring.
in our group chat before that report. So really, they were just reading my brain.
Oh, is that what happened?
Oh.
Hayes?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were coming on this to fight. I didn't know this was happening today.
Well, I mean, as soon as Sasha Banks got mentioned, we should have known that's the direction it was going to go.
Oh, yeah, it was going to get hot real fast. So, anyways, moving on.
Are we talking about Sasha right now? Because Man,
We can
who's
talk
gonna
about
Yeah.
Sasha. Let's open
Wait,
that
do
up.
we have a
Let's get there.
Sasha in here? Or are we all anti-Sasha?
You two are anti-Sasha. I think the ladies in the room are not.
Correct.
Ooh. 'Cause I've been going
Okay.
to bat against her, against the superstars, in the comments for like a month now. It's been great.
Did you see my my little gift that I uploaded and called it Botcha Banks?
Oh yeah,
Oh
dude, you
Oh
no.
no.
got them all half.
No?
Great.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty popular.
You're the actual
It's
worst.
I think it's like at 150 plus right
Is it,
now.
Oh
Nice.
jeez.
is it on
Like
the
it
Facebook or
almost
Instagram?
inspired me. It almost inspired me to hit up the Reddit and just find every bank botch like known to man.
You
just
are
like
just
have
the
it featured
worst,
It's
both
every
it's
of
gonna be
you.
a lot. Okay, honestly, my thing
Okay.
on Sasha is she's like the male version of or the female version of Shane McMahon. Those weak ass punches,
What?
like it's not credible.
Stop it. Wait, so
She
you're
does.
no.
She does. Wait, hold on. She does stupid spots just for the reaction, and that's basically Shane.
The rage fire that's just building in my chest
I
right now.
mean, like, tell me something that could like.
So you're fine with Sasha, but Alexa Bliss is believable to you?
Yeah, she's a way better character.
Oh,
Way
Oh,
better character.
I
This is,
wouldn't.
God.
sports entertainment.
Okay, okay. Look. Character-wise, if we're talking Sasha Banks, if she's a heel, I'm 100 behind her. 100% behind her. Yes,
Yeah.
But she's
but
not.
she's not, and she's freaking horrible.
I do not like her as a face. I
Okay.
will agree there. But
Absolutely.
as a heel, she's amazing.
Have we
Yes.
ever seen a face Alexa
Yes.
recently?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Babyface.
She's not. Okay. All right.
I mean,
You know,
she's like the cool heel that turned babyface and changed nothing. Kind of like when people start cheering for Randy Orton and he changes nothing.
yeah, that's the perfect way to
That
put it.
doesn't-
Yeah.
Then that doesn't make him a face.
Yeah, I'm cheering for
The
her.
crowd. Yeah, the crowd reactions there.
She still does
Alright.
her.
So while we're talking about Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks, what about the rumor that they got into a Twitter feud and Bliss had to block Banks on Twitter and they have to be kept separate from each other in the locker room?
Well,
I did not hear about this.
Isn't the whole thing that Alexa tried to poison her or something?
What?
You never heard that?
No.
What are you guys reading?
From where?
Hold on, let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna send it to you.
Like,
No. Just talk about it. We don't have time to
Well,
just wait.
I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know that I read somewhere that like Alexa Bliss tried to poison Sasha or something like that. They've had beef back since NXT, and they've never liked each
that's
other.
an old one.
But I
I know
think
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about.
got you. I think. Well, no, I think I remember something like that.
Yeah, they've
that rings
never
a
liked each
bell.
other.
Like, I know it's not recent, but like way back. You're on to
I lost him.
Uh,
I don't know. Yeah, he broke up at the end. Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, there was like a whole thing, but I think, and I know that they did a ride along together, but I think that was to kind of alleviate those rumors. But I'm pretty sure they don't like each other.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. As far as actually having to like be kept separate in the locker room, that might just be rumor and innuendo.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
it's
kind of like it.
so bad they wouldn't be on the same roster.
Right.
That's not true. There's how many people on that roster? You don't have to talk to them. There's people who hate each other all the time. The Total Divas cast fights all the time. They're on the same roster most of the time.
You've been worked by a TV show. buddy.
How dare you?
Who's on the cast of Total Divas this next season?
That's a really good question. Probably Lana. I know that Paige is back. I don't know if Nia Jax is still on. The Bella Twins make their appearances. Natty and I can't think of her real name. What's Trinity's real name?
Naomi.
Naomi. Sorry, not her real name. Her real name.
Trinity is
Yeah.
her real name.
Sorry. She's the only one for whatever reason that I can't switch back and forth. Like, I guess I must have watched Total Divas first, and Trinity is what I can only remember her as.
What's Trinity's real name?
Shut up, Ames. I'm sick of you.
What's Trinity's real name?
Oh my goodness. Just so
Okay,
we did
sorry.
come on here to fight today. That's what we did.
Yes, we did.
Pretty much. Okay.
Hayes was my number one admin, but
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so moving on from that, what do we have next?
the main event.
Oh yeah, main event. Sorry, I was going down the list of the freaking matches. There's like 100 of them. Well, I'm talking about the whole pay-per-view.
Okay, go ahead.
So it was the triple threat with Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Charlotte Flair. Becky Lynch came out on top. Everybody was finally happy that the show was over. I honestly feel they were more happy that the show was over than Becky Lynch winning.
Yeah, it kind of took the wind in the
Yeah.
sails on her win, which was really sad.
It was.
Sucked. Yeah, it was horrible. I was sitting, like I said, I was laying down on my couch, not even paying attention. Turn around, she won. I'm like, oh, cool. And shut that crap off.
Oh. We're sorry, Becky. You deserve better than that.
Yes.
Definitely, no, she definitely freaking does. But after the Kofi match, I was done with this.
I was not living my most classy moments, so I was a little hungover during that match, so I kept falling asleep. But I don't know if that was because of the length or just I was tired.
It was
Probably
late.
both.
I was buzzed and then falling asleep. Like I had to stand during that main event, and I still don't remember too much of it.
Weren't you
really
at the
didn't.
PBR house?
I was. I had to stand. That rocking chair was hurting my butt. I had to get up, and I was like
Listen.
super tired. I was that main event suffered from exhaustion from the fans.
Yeah,
Just watch.
definitely. Well, there was 6 people, and I think half of us were asleep or getting
know.
there.
You guys were all out,
Yeah.
and then someone busted a bottle over someone's head.
I forgot about that.
So it's the Heart Dungeon?
Yes.
Yep.
It was the
The main event being, the women being the main event, I think that they've deserved this for a long time, but I was kind of annoyed that it took Ronda Rousey being in the picture for them to get the main event at WrestleMania. I think that they deserved it, before that, so that was kind of a little bit of a bummer. Yeah. I think they put in a lot of work the last couple of years. I think they could have had it sooner than this. I don't think that it took Ronda Rousey's name to make them the main event. Am I crazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It took Ronda Rousey's name to make the storyline entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about this particular storyline. I'm talking about just in general. I think the women could have main evented prior to this.
Maybe, but we saw.
No.
They needed Ronda Rousey's name.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
because
think you could cook up a new storyline that would have engaged that many fans.
not only that, like towards the end, like towards the last month of going into WrestleMania, the Daniel Bryan Kofi Kingston storyline was so much hotter than Becky Lynch and and Ronda Rousey and Charlotte Flair. The reason it was because of Ronda Rousey.
Okay.
I don't know that I agree with that, though. I mean, while the women haven't main evented, I mean, they did have a close to main event last year, didn't they?
Last year was which one?
No, Asuka and Charlotte went on early, which is a better time to go on at WrestleMania anyway. They were like 5 or 6 card maybe.
I mean, I feel like they could have main evented the year that it was the triple threat that was Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte.
Yeah, was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but did you want Ric Flair to come in there and win the match for Charlotte Flair and it's main event?
Yes, I
Nobody wants Ric Flair to do anything related to
fit-
females ever.
Yeah. Okay. So last year the Charlotte Flair Asuka match happened
Yeah, it was early.
second into the show. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
When I was still paying attention.
Yeah, pretty much. Not saying that like. Never mind. I'm just shutting up on that point. I had nowhere. I wasn't going anywhere with that.
I'm just saying they've deserved it before now. This particular one that they main evented with, yes, it needed Ronda Rousey, but I'm saying the women's division deserved to main event at WrestleMania before this year.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
Okay. No. You're wrong. How dare you? Anyways, moving on.
Okay, so that was pretty much WrestleMania for the women.
Did you see how much swearing Ronda Rousey did in this particular match?
But she broke her hand, bro. Like early in the match.
Okay. That has nothing to do with her calling them bees every 45 seconds.
Yeah.
That's true.
What do you do when you stub your toe?
I say the F word. I don't call other women the B word. Her using the B word repeatedly was to play into her character. It had nothing to do with her breaking her hand.
Yeah.
That's true. Her trash talk was pretty
Yes.
well.
Step off, Kate.
Hey, you know what? I saw Ronda Rousey's first singles pay-per-view match, and it sucked balls. Live in living color. It was against Nia Jax and Alexa.
Well, that's your reason.
Ouch!
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't
like I used to like Nia Jax, but like there's only so far you could fake it.
I mean, they're not doing great things with her either.
But how long was she working on those two busted ACLs?
That's true too.
That's true too.
I'm not a big fan, but I'm just trying to play the other.
Okay.
Devil's
advocate. But like at that
cool.
point, like what are you doing? Like you have torn ACLs. Like what are you doing? Like you're just ruining
WrestleMania payday, buddy.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm not trying to sit out on WrestleMania. I'm not anybody if I'm injured. Forget that.
I guess.
All
right.
Are we talking about Nia Jax or are we going back to the main event?
We can go back to the main event. Is there anything you guys want to say about the main event?
No, I gotta look.
It's last on the card. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, rewatching it when I haven't been awake for, I don't know, 20 hours or whatever it was. I thought it was a really good physical match. They took a lot of high risk spots that I was pretty pleased to see.
Beautiful.
Oh, and yeah, I should rewatch it. I'm a bad admin, guys.
You are a terrible admin. You need to rewatch that Spanish Fly and that Spanish Fly only. That was beautiful.
No, I remember it now that you mention it, but I forgot it till right now.
I'm just like a bigger wrestling fan than you are.
Yeah, you are. I don't even like WWE. It's just what I cover.
How dare you?
Wow.
Someone tried calling me out. I think it was top guy Travis Beaver. He's like, "Oh, are you just a WWE mark?" I'm like, "No, I like all these random local independent feds that I don't know."
I know you always try to talk to me about them, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. I don't.
Yeah, but like
you don't even know who Smiley Kylie Ray is, so calm down, Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. And see, but that's the page, you know, because like you're talking what MLW, right?
Yeah, well, she's not. What? Yeah, MLW.
No, but that's where you're talking about local promotions.
No, that's like they tour. They're in Northeast.
Okay, anyways, we're talking non-WWE.
You guys are fully just saying words at this point.
No. So like non-WWE, especially this is off topic apparently, but with the page, with the people that follow the page, like if it's not WWE, they really don't care. And then they decide to call us freaking WWE fanboys. I'm like, no,
we do this for you.
Yeah, before WrestleMania, I don't remember when was the last time I watched a Raw or a SmackDown.
Yeah, you're really Lucha Underground.
Bush
No.
You're not?
Shut up. Freaking babes. No, like if I could cover anything, it'd probably be just New Japan, but
Oh, that's right.
nobody does. Nobody wants to talk. Nobody wants to watch that type of stuff.
My
Right
boy
now,
from New Japan?
who?
My boy from New Japan?
Ooh, our boy Chase Owens.
Chase Owens, yeah. Chase
Dude, that
Owens.
guy. Oh,
My crown jewel.
crown jewel,
Yeah, bro.
exactly.
Which is
Got that Tinder swipe.
Hey. We're moving on. We're moving on right now.
Okay. Are we gonna talk about the main event or no?
Oh yeah. Let me see. I mean, I really liked all of their gear. I like that they all kept it pretty simple. Except Becky's hair was driving me crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna get real.
I loved
right
it.
now. You did?
Yes.
No, I didn't like it. Well, only like from a functionality standpoint. It kept getting in her way. Like Charlotte's hair was at least out of her face. I hated Rhonda's hair. I hated it. And Homegirl is clearly not worried about traction alopecia, so she's gonna keep doing those tight braids. But Becky's, I think, just kept getting in the way, and I just wasn't in love with it. But I don't like her recent biker chick gear. Is that just me?
Traction alopecia. Can you say that again?
Traction alopecia. So
Is that like my
it's
wife
when-
says if her hair is too tight, she can get a hair ache, which
yeah,
is like a
so
headache.
if
but in
you
your
traction
hair.
alopecia refers to like if your hair is too tight or too tight of braids, anything like that, you can start balding or your hair can start thinning.
Oh, balls.
Dang.
All right.
TIL.
Man,
TIL.
I'm
Today I
learning.
learned.
I was gonna say, what does that mean?
Today I learned.
I got it. You've educated me.
Today
But yeah,
you
is
learned.
am I the only one that does Becky's new gear?
I don't like
I-
it. Did you say you like it or don't like it?
I do not like it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Is it like
I
a
don't-
Kill Bill thing? I don't even know.
She looks like she wants to be a biker chick to me. I've never seen her have a like clear direction on her gear, and I really just want them to get it narrowed down so that it can be consistent with her character.
Yeah, she seems to change themes quite a bit more so than anybody else.
Yeah, I just want her to pick a direction and run with it. I love her character right now. I love that she's the man. I love that she's Becky Two Belts, but I just need her gear to like match it and just run with one consistent look.
I like the T-shirt and like her steampunk trunks that she's always worn. but
I
just wearing
loved
the
that,
T-shirt.
but
Yeah, that was
I don't
good.
know why she abandoned it.
She
That's-
probably
didn't
saw
like
your
her gear.
picture.
Oh.
You can't say things like that when you don't allow me to swear.
Hey, that's why I'm saying it.
When I'm not allowed to swear, you cannot throw such jabs. You hateful.
Okay. Anything else on that?
The only thing is, I want to see Charlotte and Becky play more into like the feud that they were friends. Like, I want it to be more of like a storyline that they kind of play up. But I don't know if they've just played that out or.
I think they played it out.
I think
Okay.
so.
That
Alright,
was like
Yeah.
last winter, going into fall maybe. Yeah, fall.
All right, fine. Do what you want.
They
Kate.
are wrestling Tuesday night on SmackDown Live.
I did see
I
that.
saw that. Unless they got traded to Raw under the radar like Cesaro and Andrade and all that jazz.
Zelina,
Zelina.
I'm so happy about that.
she got traded to SmackDown, right?
Yeah.
she went back.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
I'll thrive on it. The big dog needs something to eat. Oh, big dog.
No. Right now is the big thing is he beat the crap out of Finn. So
Uh-oh.
Finn
Yeah,
Daddy
yeah.
Balor, how dare they?
all right, moving on. So yeah, that was pretty much WrestleMania for the women. Do you two girls have any other comments on any of the other?
Women, we're women. I don't at this time.
No, you guys get an hour and a half on Wednesday to talk about the.
Okay.
We
Yeah,
can
we're
move
good
on.
that.
Okay. So does everybody here know who Sexy Star is?
I
Yes.
do.
Okay. So, for the people listening that don't know who Sexy Star is, what are you doing? Are you under a rock?
What are you
Um,
doing with your life and your time?
exactly. Sexy Star is a Mexican wrestler. Um, most notably, she was for the United States audience. She was in Lucha Underground. Um, but she came out saying that the reason for the women's revolution in WWE was because of her, because of what she did many years ago, or not many years ago, but what she did years ago in Lucha Underground with all the intergender matches. I honestly think it's complete crap. I think she held the the Lucha Underground championship for maybe for like a week. Um, and she was talking about everything she was doing with all the guys. I'm like, you got to look at the guys in this picture. Like, you had Brian Cage, you had Joey Ryan, you had um, oh my god, I'm totally blanking on his name, and it's gonna piss
Johnny
me off.
Mundo?
Yeah, Mundo. You had Pentagon Junior
They had a
or Dark.
great cage match.
Yeah, but you had all these guys that know how to work intergender matches. Um, and she was pretty much saying that she was the reason for the women's revolution in WWE, and I'm kind of like, I don't.
This.
It pretty much is like, girl, like no.
I was, but then I remember
Sit back down. Yeah, sit back down. Go back to whatever MMA thing you want to do, and just stay out of wrestling because nobody wants you. And that's another thing. She said she'd be open to she'd be open to return, or she'd be open to go to WWE, but previously they already told her no. They thought her wrestling ability wasn't as good as it's been spoken about, and um, among other things that they mentioned. But yeah, they previously they told her no. She says like if the opportunity is ever there, she would love to go there, but nobody in wrestling really wants to work with her right now because of the bull crap that she did with
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Thank you. Yeah, what she did with Rosemary, where she broke her arm in a shoot.
Yeah.
But yeah. So how do you feel about that?
I think that you're absolutely right. Those are men who are used to working intergender matches, but not only that, those are men who have really put forth an effort to make sure that they're working intergender matches. So, as much as we don't want to give men credit for the revolution in that particular context, in the non WWE context, there's been a lot of really great guys, Joey Ryan especially, who really pushes for women in wrestling. So as much as she'd like to think that she is the be all and end all of intergender matches, she's had a lot of help to get there.
Yeah, and I looked up what match she was talking about, and it was a title match she had in 2016. And that happened after the triple threat match with Bayley, Sasha, and Charlotte at WrestleMania, and after Sasha and Bayley main evented NXT TakeOver. So I feel like that had already started. You were not the cause of it. In fact, she may have.
It's insane to think that one woman thinks that she's the cause of it. They might not have been getting the airtime that they needed in WWE, but they were definitely pushing really hard, especially down in NXT, to make the women a division to watch.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah, everything that was going on in NXT, we were just waiting for them to get called out to the main roster, and when it eventually happened, we're getting Charlotte, Bayley, not Sasha.
I swear. I think a really big reason that the evolution or revolution, whichever it actually is called now, happened is because they had the support behind them of Papa H.
Papa H.
Really pushing for them. I think the reason that we haven't seen as much women, regardless of how much work they've been putting in, is they didn't have the support behind them, and Triple H is one that has really supported his women's division. And I know with the Natty and Charlotte match, he's told Natty, you guys don't have a time limit. Just go in there and do what you do. And they made sure that they were the match to watch. So I think it has a lot to do with the support around them. It definitely doesn't have anything to do with Sexy Star.
No, definitely not.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And you were saying, GRJ, didn't you say that Joey Ryan and Brian Cage, they don't want to work with her?
Yeah. So it's not only them, but yeah, pretty much the people that she used to work with kind of came out and said like, after the incident with Rosemary, they said like, whatever promotion you work with, I'm done with. Meaning as if like
She got
some
blackballed.
promotion, yeah, pretty much, yeah. If some promotion's gonna hire her to work, like that, Brian Cage is not doing that promotion anymore. Joey Ryan's not doing the promotion anymore. But not only that, it was even Cody came out saying that as like, I will never share a locker room with this person, and that's pretty huge, especially right now with everything that's going on at AEW.
Mhm.
So yeah, she's pretty much like blacklisted from wrestling. Um, I could probably see some small promotions taking a chance that can't get any of the bigger stars, but at that point, you're just trying to get some eyes on you, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, you made your bed, sis, so you gotta lay
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
I think the best comment I saw on Twitter was Hurricane Helms said in reaction to her saying that she had inspired the women's revolution was, he said, much like Hornswoggle inspired 205 Live.
That's good. I didn't see that.
Oh, Hornswoggle. Speaking of
Don't give.
AEW, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. It was a stupid comment.
Do they have any big female matches on the card, or is it just Brandy Rhodes, or is it just
Brandy
Mrs. Rhodes?
What is it? The pay-per-view coming up? Double or Nothing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, they have
Looking
a
at their Instagram.
Britt Baker. Is it Britt Baker? Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Kylie Ray, Britt Baker, that one monster chick from Japan, and someone else.
Nyla Rose and Kylie Ray.
Yeah, Nyla Rose. She's a beast. And who's the monster chick from Japan? Am I making that up? I think she's a veteran, like much older.
The Native Beast?
Mhm.
Is that who it is? No, that's Nyla Rose.
Oh,
Hold
I
on, I'm
don't know.
trying to find it.
Ellen
No, I
Turner
don't
would
know.
know right away.
I'm pretty sure.
Hikaru Shida?
Maybe she big, beastly.
No.
Oh, you're talking about
You said Japan. I don't know. I went wild.
I'm totally blanking on her name, but I know who you're talking about. But yeah, they only have one match so far dedicated to the women in AEW, which would be Britt Baker, Dr. Britt Baker. I'm sorry,
Yep.
Nyla
How
Rose.
dare you?
I said sorry. Relax. And then Kylie Ray, who is pretty much popping right now in the independents, which is great.
She's over
Mrs. Rhodes did not make it to Double or Nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
Is
no,
she?
she's gonna be like a background type deal. I forgot what's her
Yeah.
actual title, but
I'm just showing her match for a smaller thing. Hold
Chief Brand Officer. She's the CBO.
on. Ooh,
Get it.
she's a businesswoman.
Get it?
Get a
President.
queen.
What else?
Hold on, let me look at
Where
my
we at?
shenanigans. What did you want to talk about the Riot Squad split up?
Yeah, I said it on the other podcast how I was kind of upset about the podcast about the split up, about Liv Morgan getting separated from the group.
Yes.
Guys, back to the woman's roster. Can I butt in for a second before we move on? I got this. I got the deets on the AEW women's roster. They got Allie, not from Impact. She's pretty good. They got Beastie, the assassin Ariel guy's girlfriend, and Penelope Ford, who is freaking awesome.
Yes.
They got a cool roster, and Kylie Ray is the best. She's just happy to be there. That's all I gotta say. That's her gimmick, in case you didn't know. It's not the Hikaru. She just had a match versus Orange Cassidy. She being Kylie Ray, pronouns pale. And Orange Cassidy apparently tore the house down. You can find that like on independentwrestling.tv or something like that. I'm thinking about it, but I haven't watched it yet. Okay, we can go on.
Wait, was that what list was that, dude? Because there's a lot more names on the female wrestlers. They have
These are the ones.
You broke up at the end. They have Aja Kong, Ali, Bea Priestley,
That
Randy
Kong
Rhodes,
is
obviously. Yeah.
yeah.
Dr. Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, the Kylie Ray, Leva Bates, who is
Blue pants.
Blue Pants. Thank you. I
Oh
could not
my.
remember that. Nyla Rose, Penelope Ford, Sadie Gibbs, and Yuka Sakazaki. So that's the women. That's the women so far. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna walk into more girls.
Yeah, I hope it's everything that they wanted Woman of Honor to be, because ROH sucks.
Big, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and like Shimmer is hard to watch, so I hope the women's division on AEW is elite. Ha, get it?
Oh, I got it.
Okay, so yeah, the split up of the Riot Squad.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry. The Riot Squad split up. I remember listening to the podcast, and I don't remember who it was, but one of you guys said that you wanted to see one of the main titles go to Ruby Riot, and then the tag titles go to Sarah Logan and.
I said that.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, I'm just bringing it up.
Okay, so GRJ, I disagree with you. We've discussed this before, and unfortunately for Ruby Riot and Sarah Logan, they are not what the WWE considers marketably pretty.
AKA Vince.
Okay, we're not calling out people. All right.
Oh, I totally am here.
So, which I think both women are absolutely beautiful. So that's just some swear words that I'm not allowed to say. But unfortunately for those two, for the WWE, considered what is marketably pretty. And so it would have made more sense to keep them together. If they did, it would have been Liv getting a main title and Sarah and Ruby getting the tag titles. But now that they're
so shaking my head.
You're shaking your
They
head.
separate Liv?
Or
I'm shaking my head at your comments right now.
why are you shaking your head at my comments?
Never mind. Just continue.
I mean, I think they're both beautiful. I understand that they're both doing great work. That's not my decision. But I'm saying if we were going off the format that WWE knows how to push, Liv is blonde and tiny and cute and sticks her tongue out and is everything that the WWE knows how to market. Unfortunately for the other two, because they are different and hard workers, they don't know how to push them. If they were to stay together, that's the only way that they would have been able to stay together, is if Liv was the front of that trio. So I don't like that they split up. I do think that Liv is probably due for a push, is what the main goal of that was, but I'm hoping that we don't see Ruby and Logan get lost in the shuffle as a result.
I don't know how much of a push Liv Morgan will get on SmackDown. I think we're gonna get to it later, but that women's division is juiced with numbers.
Yeah, there's a hot number of people on there. What was that, Habes?
I don't know how they're gonna do it with 2 hours of SmackDown and that big of a women's roster.
There's a rumor that Fox is trying to give him a third.
Oh, it's gonna go to 3. They got the big dog. He needs more time.
Yeah.
Ooh and ah. Ooh, ah. But Sarah Logan, she doesn't have the mic skills that the other two have. She cannot talk on that thing at all.
And that's why it would make sense to keep her with Ruby so that she can carry her.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't even think that's gonna happen. I think Ruby might turn on her and she joins the Viking experience.
Oh,
No.
Actually,
No.
no, it's a Raiders experience now.
Why would you say such things?
because you know what? Every time they do that Skyrim entrance, she is one of the Vikings.
You're just breaking us all down, Viking experience. I really
Hey, they got their
love.
name. They got their name changed already, so that's good.
Yeah, they dropped it.
I know. I saw the intern throw that out there earlier today.
He was popping. He was popping like crazy.
I I really love
Oh.
Ruby Riot's gear for WrestleMania. It was good. I don't know if anyone remembers it. It was like that yellow
No.
deal, and I do love that she's the only one that does like one long pant leg and one short leg, because her stuff is just, it's so different, and I really think that she deserves a bigger push than she's getting.
Yes,
I think she'll
100%.
get it. Ronda's not there anymore. They need to bring up a heel. I mean, yeah, Ronda pretty much beat her into the ground, but they can build her back up. Shoot, Carmella
Yeah,
was one of the top stars on SmackDown forever, so it's not the end of the world.
it's true. Where we at?
The Riot Squad,
The Riot
Sad
Squad.
man.
brother.
Um,
And Ruby Riot's from the Midwest, so I'm a fan.
Obviously.
I
I
love
mean,
Ruby Riot.
she's not from Illinois, so she's better.
I love Ruby Riot. Her thing, what she did on Chikara was amazing. Her and she asked for release. I just learned this. Kimberly, she was in NXT for a little bit, and then they let her go, or she asked for release, whichever. But those two girls, um, pretty big in the independents. Anyways, moving on. A superstar shakeup. So many women ended up in the women's division. Oh, duh.
For
So many
SmackDown.
women on SmackDown. Yeah.
So many
Sorry.
women ended up in the women's division.
Technically, I'm still right, but yeah. So many women ended up on SmackDown. Who gets? There's gonna be some people that are gonna, and
There's gonna be a lot of people.
yeah, there's gonna be a lot of women there that are gonna be fed to Charlotte, to Becky, to
Is Becky on
Asuka.
Raw or both?
She's on both.
She's on both, and I
Yeah.
really love that. I saw her cut like a promo where she was saying she's, because she gets to pick fights with whoever she wants, and I really appreciated that.
Yeah, sounds like a good promo.
Yeah, it was great.
You know what I'm worried about?
What are you worried about, Habes?
Not even just the not even just the 5 women went to SmackDown, but like we said earlier, Andrade's Zelina Vega, that's who it is, went back to SmackDown as well. So that's 6 people. And that's just, they'll probably all be on 12-woman tag team match.
She should have stayed on Raw.
Well, yeah, I'm afraid we're gonna see all those like
Zelina.
multi-person tag matches.
They can't. Andrade hasn't learned English well enough. I'm hoping Charlotte teaches him English.
How dare you go there?
It's either that or homegrown learns Spanish. It's a win-win.
GRJ is really jealous that Charlotte is into Hispanic men and he is not in that category yet. He hasn't moved to that stature of
It's a man.
It's a man. How dare you? Of being in her circle.
One day.
GRJ. Hey, I got a question.
What's up?
Were you a fan of Charlotte 3 months ago?
When she got inserted into the WrestleMania scene?
No. Just before pictures of Andrade and Charlotte started popping up on the internet.
Dude, I've been a Charlotte fanboy for freaking ever.
He's been a day
Okay.
one is for Charlotte.
Day one.
Day one.
Is
Even this is pre-boobs.
her new boobs drive me crazy. We talked about this. I don't know.
Yeah,
if we
they
can talk
drive
about
me
this right
crazy
now.
too.
Not in the
Different
same way,
way.
you freaking
Lord.
animal. They're just too fake looking. Her other ones were great. I know that she had to get them changed out for health reasons, but they're just no. The Hall of Fame picture where they just look like just so fake. I can't do it with them. They need to fall.
I'm not complaining.
We know you're not complaining.
Yeah.
Garbage dirtball.
We saw her at the live show. PBR leans over and he goes, "Charlotte's boobs are huge in person." I'm like, okay.
You should have been
Well,
like, they're huge on TV too.
I did. I was like, well, he's like, usually everything is smaller in person. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
Not at all.
This is what marriage looks like, kids.
Yeah.
So what's next?
Moving on.
Are you sure we
we
don't
were
want to
still
talk about bigger in person?
we were talking about the division about SmackDown.
Oh yeah, and that's
Oh,
how
yeah.
how it is also stacked.
The only reason that wow,
That's a good one.
Yes.
places she went there.
Yes.
The only reason that I wanted Selena to stay on Raw is because that's where the little guys are. So like you have Alexa Bliss that she could have worked with and been a little more believable. For now, I assume is staying with Raw, and so she just had some of the tiny tots that could have.
But
worked
she
better.
doesn't really. She doesn't really need to wrestle. Like, I'm not saying she's a bad wrestler or anything, but like the
Oh, no.
only time she ever has to get involved, like, who's another person that's like, if he's wrestling Rusev, right, and she keeps interfering into the matches, Anna's like, you know what, screw this, stops her, and that's when you throw her in a wrestling match.
Yeah, she doesn't need to, but I think they've been utilizing her more. I mean, they did throw her in the Battle Royale, and she was in the Royal Rumble. So I think the overall goal is to utilize her at some point as a singles. So if they do, that's why I'd like to see her on Raw.
I'm behind that 100%.
Yeah.
I believe
Yeah.
she worked Trinity, whatever her real name is, Naomi.
Oh, Hayes.
I think they had a match maybe on SmackDown, but
See, there we go.
just because the Usos are a tag team and Andrade wasn't in a tag team, I think it
Speaking
might have
of-
just been a throwaway segment.
Speaking of Trinity Naomi, I really liked her spot with Ember Moon in the Battle Royale. I really think it's good that they moved her to Raw. I think that she needs a lot more push that they really haven't given her. They gave her like that one good push where she got the title, but they really don't know what to do with her, and I don't know why that is.
They
Yeah.
moved her to Raw.
Yeah, didn't
Yeah.
they?
Okay,
Yes,
I
they
didn't. I didn't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm genuinely
Once
asking.
again, I'm just a bigger wrestling fan than you two are.
You
I
can
mean,
read better than
WrestleMania's
us.
over. I don't really have to keep up with Raw and SmackDown.
How
And if
dare
if PBR and Intern aren't talking about it on their review that you can watch on SmackDown on YouTube, it doesn't really matter.
that was such a good plug, but they did talk about it on the podcast, so maybe you were asleep during that portion.
Wait, what podcast? The one that I'm on?
Yes, the one that you're on. I think they mentioned it.
I don't fall asleep on that podcast.
Well, you would know that they talked about it.
I forgot. I don't remember.
Anyways,
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways. Any
And
other
Naomi
comments?
is on Raw for sure.
Okay.
facts.
Any other comments on the SmackDown roster?
Where is Nia Jax?
Injured reserve, dude.
Injured.
Okay, but
Yeah.
Raw.
she would
but
realistically
two-
be staying
two
with Raw.
injuries. Should be. You know what? She'll probably be
Go ahead.
coming back around the Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
I'd
Yeah.
hate to see her win the Royal Rumble.
Okay, here's my problem. Is they put her in the men's Royal Rumble, didn't they? Yeah,
Yes.
I was there.
Yeah.
They put her in the men's Royal Rumble, which I actually loved. But my only problem was that they didn't keep booking her strong. Like, she clearly, size-wise, and we're being nice here, could, like, run through the women's division. If you're gonna put her in a role where you're gonna book her like China, or you're gonna book her like Beth Phoenix, or what? Did I say that right? If you're gonna book her like those two, then you need to actually book her. But I don't know that, WWE is ever going to transition to intergender matches the way that we want to see them.
Not anytime soon. I think the
No.
problem is they just don't know how to handle big people.
That's true. But that goes back to them not knowing if they're not marketably pretty, then they don't know what to do with them.
No, but like, look, they had Braun Strowman, and Homeboy was over. he was like he had
Getting
the
these
support from
hands.
everybody. They just did not want to give him a title. They did not want to put him over Brock Lesnar, not even in a freaking like in a controversial way. They just kind of let him rock.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That was it.
But they did
But yeah,
have
like
Nia Jax. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
They did have Nia Jax supposedly booked in that match against Dean Ambrose at a house show,
Oh yeah.
which was then canceled. And dirt sheets were saying because a sponsor called them and said, we're not going to support a company that has intergender matches. So I just
Oh.
wonder if that has a factor in it because WWE is about the money.
Oh,
You
Last
know.
thing I heard about that, I don't know how true this is, but I heard that it was Mattel, the toy company, that said it, as long as you don't have men beating up on women, like we'll keep doing this. I
Right,
don't
so let
know.
her toss around Tyler Breeze. They let the whole rest of the men's division do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Breeze would be perfect for an
I love
intergender match.
him.
Who
He'd
does
bump
it?
like crazy. Like put him against. Oh, I don't know. You put him against Bailey, he'd bump like crazy for Bailey, for sure.
I'd bump like crazy for Bailey.
Oh, Lord.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Did you have to?
He
I
did, though.
did.
He kind
I
of did.
did.
I mean, I
All
get
right.
it because I'm that way with Balor every time you guys bring him up. So
So yeah. Okay. We need a cut. So before we finish off, I, I would like to do the usual plugs. This episode podcast type deal is going to be on YouTube. It will be on the other streaming platforms as a special type deal. We are on Pro Wrestling Tees. You could go buy your T-shirts there. We're on Patreon. PBR has
fantasy
moved
wrestling.
has the fantasy wrestling. He has a predictions game over there. And a cool thing about this is you get to create what are we calling it? It's like a create a wrestler type deal.
Oh,
Um,
Like an
yeah,
avatar?
create a superstar. So you get to like create your character, kind of like your storyline, pretty much, and then think of it the way I thought of it. It's kind of like D&D, where you come out, you create your character, and then you just move through the world that we're providing for you. Kind of nerdy there, but yeah.
it's
Yeah,
an
check that out
e-sport.
on Patreon. We're on Facebook as always. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on Reddit. That's it for everything that we're on so far. That's it. Everybody say goodbye.
Hasta luego.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
Capriel's out.
Thanks for letting
Thank.
the women into the frat house.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for listening.